Welcome, everybody. It is time. The NFL draft is about to begin. It is 5:03. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be on the clock here shortly. But my goodness, what a roller coaster it has been up until this point. So essentially, how we're going to do it is we're going to do the first 10 picks because if I'm really getting the sense if the 49ers aren't getting that number 10 from the Jets, I'm not sure that they will be picking in the first round at all. Um, Obviously, we're seeing a lot of stuff come out. It is smoke season. Things are coming back. Things are fluid and moving at a pretty rapid rate at this point. Um, but it is interesting to see the developments up until this point because I've changed, and it's amazing how much things can change in an hour, half an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Um, I as you guys know, I've been pretty vocal about it. Feels like Deebo Samuel's going to get traded and could very well get traded today, and the 49ers could be picking in the top 10. However, since then, since we did our last live, I've obviously had the opportunity to speak to some people, just trying to get my last little legs in here, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I was at 99. Like I was feeling real like, ew, it was feeling like it was going to happen. The percentage now for me has changed dramatically. I'm not at 99 anymore. Not even close. I'm actually now, if I had to put a percentage chance on Deebo Samuel getting traded, the safe bet is 50-50, but I'm now more like closer to like 25% that he doesn't, like he's not getting moved, almost to the point where like it could be Deebo Samuel back on the roster this year. I don't know if the 49ers are getting what they're asking for. And I think they're perfectly fine sticking it out with Deebo Samuel. I mean, it's Deebo Samuel. We've talked about how good he is. We've talked about how we don't necessarily want him to be gone. So my thoughts have shifted dramatically in the last couple hours. So I see Travis in here saying Deebo's staying. It does kind of feel like that. It does kind of feel like that. I'm not at 99 anymore. I'm not at 99 anymore. I am way on the opposite side. I am much closer to like it's probably a 75% chance he is a San Francisco 49er. So again, we've seen some of the reports coming out. You've seen it from Jay Glazer. You've seen them from Josina Anderson. I don't know if that's posturing. I think there might be some reality to that. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Here comes Roger Goodell onto the stage. It's going to be wild. I will. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. But it does potentially seem like the San Francisco 49ers could be back with Deebo Samuel because, as we've discussed, Deebo Samuel doesn't have a ton of leverage in this situation. There's really nothing he can do if the 49ers don't trade him. He either has to play or he has to sit out. There's really only two options. And I think we understand Deebo Samuel's going to play football. So I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but hey, we're going to find out. And again, if it doesn't happen, right there at 10, I don't know. I don't know if anything's going to happen at all. So, I don't know basically how I'm sensing it, I don't think the San Francisco 49ers are necessarily getting the deals that they want to make it worth it. So I don't know. I think there's a world that exists where we are keeping Deebo Samuel, which is a good thing, right? We get to keep Deebo. We get to keep that dynamic weapon on the roster. Obviously, we have to smooth some things out there, but could very, very well be on his way back. So it's going to be very interesting. Um, we're going to see how all this plays out. Obviously, Twitter is going to be ahead of everything. I'm on Hulu, which means I'm going to be a little bit behind on the stream. So I might just go off Twitter. We'll see. Because I think my timing is going to be all over the place. So we'll see how this goes. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Have your thoughts changed on the situation? Do you think Deebo Samuel will be a San Francisco 49er when it's all said and done? Do you feel like a trade happens tonight? What are you guys feeling? Has anything switched for you guys? Interested to see what you guys think about this. Oh, Raiders. I'm excited to get down there this year. 49ers are going to be playing in Vegas. 49ers are going to be in Vegas this year. I'm definitely going. We're going the opposite way, Justin. I'm definitely I've made a big swing. I'm definitely on the side that he doesn't get traded. So we are going to find out. But the Jags are now officially on the clock. Who are the Jags going to take? Are they going to go Aiden Hutchinson? Are they going to go Thibodeau in a surprise? Are they going to take Walker out of Georgia? Going to be very interesting to see who they end up taking. Wonder what? Oh, look at Trader Trent Baalke. Look at Baalke. Look at Baalke. All right, we are officially on the clock. Let's go. It's the draft, baby. I'm ready for anything at this point. Nothing will be able to hurt me as much as watching the San Francisco 49ers pass on CeeDee Lamb. I think it was 2 years ago. Oh, the hype leading up to the CeeDee Lamb pick was insane. Was absolutely insane. And then we were extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed throughout that entire situation. That was quite the funny live. Let's see. All right. Meanwhile, just really source said no one. All right. We are going to see. Yeah, that was with Raiders Country. I was with JD. I felt like I got punched in the stomach. The hype leading up to that pick, though, was legendary because we didn't know if CeeDee Lamb was going to be there, and he was sliding. And because, the Raiders picked right in front of the 49ers, we knew the Raiders were going to take a wide receiver. We just didn't know which one. Was it going to be Judy? Was it going to be Ruggs? Was it going to be CeeDee Lamb? And they went with a shocker and took Henry Ruggs. And then the San Francisco, I was like, oh my goodness, it's happening. CeeDee Lamb's going to fall into our lap. CeeDee Lamb's going to fall into our lap. Nope. Trade back. I was like, okay. Oh, we're just getting more value. Then we're going to take CeeDee Lamb. We took Javon Kinlaw. That was a wild, That was a wild ride. That was a wild, wild ride. But great memories. Great memories. We'll see how it turns out. We'll see how it turns out. Brandon Ayuk, and they came back into the first. They took Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk heading into year 3 now with Trey Lance. We'll see how that works out. We will see how that works out. But my goodness. What do we got? Oh, that's hilarious. Shout out my guy Angel on Instagram. He's at the draft. He's like in the front row. He was taking a video of Michael Irvin. He's like, "Tell Deebo to stay, bro." And Irvin was like, "He's staying." I'm definitely of the mindset Deebo's staying. So it's going to be wild, wild to see. What a roller coaster it's been. What a wild ride it is to be a San Francisco 49er fan. Is it like this for other fan bases? Are we special? Why does it seem like we always got something going on, huh? Let's go. So drop it in the chat. Let's do this for each pick. We'll do it for the first top 10 picks. Let's predict the pick. Who are the Jags going to pick? Obviously, we saw all the smoke screens leading up to the first pick. We saw, is it going to be Trayvon Walker? I think it was, I forget who. Bulky likes Trayvon Walker. Shad Khan likes Aiden Hutchinson. Who is it going to be? I feel like it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going to say Aiden Hutchinson. So we have the pick. It's in. Lots of Hutch, lots of Walker. Oh! Let's go. I look down at my phone. Let's go. I'm not going to spoil it. Don't spoil it. No spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat. Rule one of live draft. No spoilers in the chat. Oh boy. Hulu's way behind. Hurry up. Lions are officially on the clock. Lions are officially on the clock right now. Randy, clearly we're here because we like the draft. It's much more than that. We clearly like the draft. Come on, Roger. Where's Roger at, bro? You son of a gun. Where's Rogers at? They're milking this. They are milking this. At this point, we're going to have the second pick announced before. Oh, here we go. Come on, man. All right, here he is. Trayvon Walker. Whoo! What a rise that man had. Talk about having the best draft uh pre-draft possible. I mean, it was Kayvon Thibodeau, it was Aiden Hutchinson. That's all we talked about, right? That's all it was being discussed. It's gonna be those two guys at number one. It's gonna be those two guys at number one, and then Walker just went straight up the list. And now that means the Detroit Lions are officially on the clock. Do the Detroit Lions get spicy and try to throw their hat into the mix for Deebo Samuel? This is anyone going to do it? I don't know. I don't know. See, this is the thing when we really take a look at the whole like Deebo Samuel situation. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to go and trade for Deebo Samuel. Okay, well, look at these teams in the top 10. Look at the type of wide receivers that are available if you did want one. You got Garrett Wilson, Drake London, you got Chris Olave, you got all different kinds of wide receivers. So I don't know, could potentially hurt the 49ers and actually try. They're not necessarily trying to trade Deebo. But if someone isn't going to come with the pick, oh boy, pick is in. The pick is in. Come on. We need to get the production value caught up to speed with the actual picks. My goodness. No tipping. No tipping in the chat. Where does Thibodeau go? Or where does Hutchinson go? Because we're not tipping in the chat, remember? We're not tipping in the chat, remember? So where did one of those two guys go? Who goes next? Is it Hutchinson or is it Thibodeau? Man, could you imagine? People just relied on us, even though we're getting the information and we're running bets off it. Crazy. That's wild. KP, who runs Niners Nation, he just tweeted out that Trayvon Walker was mocked at pick 45 to the Ravens before the combine. That's insane. Oh, wow. Trayvon Walker was in a serious car accident before the draft, crashing into two parked cars. What the heck? Of course, Trent Baalke takes someone who gets into a massive car accident. All right, let's go, Goody. Aiden Hutchinson goes to the hometown team. So now the Houston Texans are on the clock. The Houston Texans have been someone to be rumored in the Jimmy Garoppolo situation. Do we think Jimmy Garoppolo has an opportunity? No, obviously he's not going for number 3. Maybe it's not going to be a day 2 trade. Does he get traded at all during the draft? But it is interesting to see. And again, if you look at who's in the building for Houston, Houston has Nick Caserio as their GM. Nick Caserio was in the building with the Patriots in their front office when they selected Jimmy Garoppolo. As we know, if anyone has come into contact with Jimmy Garoppolo, they all love him. That's the common theme. We had Michael Lombardi go on 95.7 the game earlier this week, talk about what the asking price for Deebo Samuel was for the 49ers. He said it's going to take 2 first-round picks to get Deebo Samuel. Okay. Well, this was a team, the Detroit Lions, that had 2 first-round picks. Clearly, no, they didn't have 2 first-round picks. They had a 2 and a 33. Almost 2 first-round picks. But they aren't going to throw their hat into the Deebo situation, obviously. But it's going to be interesting to see if Houston would actually go after Jimmy, because the rumors are interesting there because they have Davis Mills. And I think if you have watched Davis Mills, again, I was high on Davis Mills. Davis was my 6th ranked quarterback heading to last year. A lot of people had Kellen Mond over Davis Mills. A lot of people had Kyle Trask over Davis Mills. But Davis Mills was right there as my 6th quarterback. He was someone that I thought should go in the top of the 2nd round based on skill set and talent. He did have injury concerns, and the experience based on the injury concerns probably caused him to slid a little bit and slide behind, I believe, guys like Kellen Mond and Kyle Trask. But he's proven to be a guy who's capable to do it in the NFL. That's why the Jimmy Garoppolo thing is crazy. Ooh, come on, Hulu, hurry up! All right, but let's do it. Remember, no tipping the pick. Who do the Texans go with right here? Drop it in the chat. Hit that like button if you haven't. Pop that like button. Doot, 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 doot. Let's try to get this stream out to a little bit more people. Let's see if Deebo gets traded today. But if you haven't seen who the Texans are picking, who are they going to go for? Drop it in the chat. First one, Niner Gang says Neal. Neal, the tackle out of Alabama. Massive human being. Massive, massive human being. Parag to Houston. Oh boy, I am so interested to see. I'm so interested to see what the Panthers do. My goodness, I am so interested to see what the Panthers do. Panthers are picking at 6. Texans is on the clock. Detail drop an autocorrect in the chat. All right, man. So I'm very interested to see what the Panthers do. Panthers seem like a potential trade back target, but they also need a quarterback. Are they going to go with the rookie? Are they going to go with the rookie? Do the 49ers swindle Brian Burns away and pick 6 somehow? No, probably not. But it would be fun. Would be fun. My goodness, I hate how they get behind like this. I wonder where Thibodeau is going to go. Feels like Thibodeau could be sliding. Do you think Thibodeau falls out of the top 10? Here we go. Finally, Goodell. Thank you, Goodell. I'm texting with their GM right now. How do we get Brian Burns? Derek Stingley above Sauce Gardner. Is that a surprise? Is that a surprise to you guys? You're going for proven production, I believe, with Sauce Gardner, but Stingley has all the potential. He has all the traits all the intangibles. Phenomenal freshman year. Phenomenal freshman year. Dealt with injuries. But man, they're showing him high point the ball. That dude's an athlete. So the Houston Texans say, screw the narratives. They said, screw the Sauce Gardner hype. And they went Stingley out of LSU. I mean, he's a dog, though. He's a dog. And this is this is a great point. So now we got Walker at 1. Okay. Was it a surprise? Maybe, maybe not. Hutchinson at 2. Felt like those two were interchangeable. 3 could have been potential tackle, could have been Sauce, but no. It is Stingley. So now we get our first little wrench in kind of the mocks that we've seen, the rankings that we've seen, and this is where the draft gets fun. This is where it gets a little crazy. But guess who's on the clock? Guess who's on the clock? Jets, Jets. I'm not holding my breath at 4. I still believe the team to get Deebo, if a team gets Deebo, is the Jets. I don't believe it's going to be 4. But I also do believe we are going to find out at 10. We are going to see. We are going to see what happens. Oh my goodness. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Deebo just posted a video of himself on a plane. Interesting that he just posted himself on a plane. Why is Deebo on a plane? Why is Deebo on a plane? So Deebo is getting on a plane in Los Angeles. So he's in LA. He's in LA, and it was a private jet. Private jet? Jets, Jets on the clock. Jets are on the clock. Deebo's getting on a jet. On the clock. In a jet. Deebo, a jet? Maybe. No. Those is jokes. We're just having fun now. Anything goes now. But Deebo Samuel did post himself getting onto a private jet. All right. Where are the Jets going? Drop it in the chat. Quick, before you look at your phone. Where are the Jets going? No tipping the picks in the chat. Chat, we can't tip picks in the chat. We all recognize it's going to be a little behind. It's too late now. Oh, boy. All right. Remember, we keep the chat clean. Not everyone is checking their phone. So we must be respectful to everyone who checks their phone. Or isn't checking their phone. I'm sorry. Who isn't checking their phone. But boy, oh boy. It's getting spicy. I don't know. I don't know. Oh boy. All right, hurry up, Goodell. My goodness. Oh boy. All right. Well, this is funny too because I just watched this movie. I just watched this movie. Literally just ended 10 minutes before the draft started. Come on. Come on, Roger. Come on, Roger. Hurry up. Where are you? This God. The timing discrepancy is terrible. Wow. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Here he is. Here he is. Hurry up. Sauce. That sauce. They took the sauce at 4. I like the pick. I like the pick. You add Sauce Gardner to Robert Sala defense. Again, they got big Quinnen Williams anchoring down that defensive line. They have good pieces all around. That's a huge get. That's a huge get for Robert Sala. Now, do they go offensive side? Oh, where are you going? Wrong way. Where are you going? Sauce Gardner went the wrong way. He didn't know where he was going. He's running all over the place. All right. So the Giants are on the board, correct? He didn't know where to go. I believe, is it the Giants that are officially on the clock? So where'd the Giants go? Ooh, I like that one. Lost Gardner. You lost the nickname. You lost the nickname Sauce Gardner. It's now Lost Gardner. Hey, put that on a shirt, Justin, before anyone steals it. That's amazing. Hey, if we took Sauce and he did that, we're putting that on a shirt right away. Lost Gardner. That's what we're starting with. That's his first. That's his first claim to fame. If we were to take him, Sauce Lost Gardner. That's beautiful. It's poetic. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, give me Brian Burns. Give me Brian Burns. But I like the pick there. Where the Giants go? Giants. So the Giants today, they didn't pick up Daniel Jones's 5th-year option. Do you think they get ballsy and they go quarterback here? Do you think they get ballsy and go quarterback here? I think it's too early for a quarterback. I think it's too early. Did they take Andrew Thomas last year at tackle? Was that last year? Or was that the year before? Um, feels like it's got to be a trench guy. Feels like it's got to be a trench guy. My number one offensive tackle is Ickey Ekwonu. Now, I know Evan Neal could be the pick here and could be that guy. I like Ickey Ekwonu a little bit better. I like that, you look at Evan Neal, he's a monster. He's huge. And he is really good. Especially go watch him against Trayvon Walker. Go watch Evan Neal against the number 1 draft pick in this class. He did a pretty good job on him. but he's big. He's real big. I kind of like Ickey a little bit better. I mean, it's really like a 1A, 1B situation. Both of them, I believe, are generational in the sense of like they're very good, like they're top tier talents. So it's really hard to be like definitive one way or the other. I just like the movement abilities of Ickey Ekwonu. I wish we could react to this all live at the same time. Wow. The pick is in. The pick is in for the Giants. Oh boy. Oh boy. That means the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Let's go, Panthers. Do something stupid. Come on. Do something that benefits the San Francisco 49ers. Please. Please. That would be fire. Somehow I need the universe. I need the universe to get me Brian Burns. I need is my Wi-Fi acting up? Let me know. It shouldn't be. But if it is, you have to let me know. Who are the Panthers taking? Start dropping who the Panthers are going to take because obviously the pick's been leaked. So we'll wait, though, in respect to the chat. But if you do, who do you think the Panthers are going to take? You think they're going to sit pat? You think they're going to take at 6? You think they're going to drop back? I don't know. They could be in the market for an offensive lineman. They keep Sam Darnold. I could see the Panthers going with Ickey Ekwonu. I could. Come on, Goodell. Hurry up. We don't got all day. We don't got all day. This kid's going nuts up there. All right, announce the pick. Oh, he's loving life. I feel it. Good for that kid. Come on. Oh, man, I'm getting impatient. I appreciate you saying, Prince. I know this is your dream and this is your moment. I want you to enjoy it and I want you to soak it up. I want you to have a blast. But come on, can we hurry up? Kayvon Thibodeau, let's go. So Thibodeau's slide didn't last that long. I thought there was a potential he could potentially fall out of the top 10 if he didn't go in the top 5. But the New York Giants stopped that slide from happening. Is he got a Snickers thing on his? What a suit. What a suit. So look at these edge rushers, though. They drafted Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia, someone that I wanted in the second round, who has immense bend, speed off the edge. Now they take Kayvon Thibodeau and they throw him on the opposite side of Azeez Ojulari. All of a sudden, the Giants have a legit pass rush. All of a sudden. So I don't mind that pick. there's been a lot of talk about Thibodeau's personality and all that kind of stuff, but I don't mind it. He's hyped. Good for him. Oh, and they had a little handshake and everything. So cute. All right, Panthers. Make my wish come true. Do it. Just do something dramatic. Just do something dramatic. Give me Brian Burns somehow, some way. He's hyped. Good for him. People have been talking a lot of crap about him. That's a good point. We've been 5 up, and 5 have been defense. That's a good point. What is Panthers going to do? What are the Panthers going to do? Ooh, I would imagine. Okay, so this might actually hurt my dreams a little bit, because if Thibodeau fell to 6 and the Panthers were able to get Thibodeau, then maybe my Brian Burns dream could have come to fruition. But now they don't really have an edge to put on the opposite side. So it feels like the Panthers are in a really crappy spot. Now they need offensive line help. They absolutely do. But they also need a quarterback. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting, because I don't think we're necessarily upset with the top 5 picks. Maybe not the exact order that we thought. Maybe it is. But I think when you look the 2 cornerbacks, the 3 edge rushers, it seems pretty on par. Seems pretty on par. And they're milking this thing all the way down. So far, my ticker shows 2 minutes. We're about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So they're almost used up their entire clock. Wonder if they're trying to get a trade in here. Shout out to the Panthers for taking a long ass time. It's allowing the broadcast to catch up to speed a little bit. Yeah, I'm on Hulu, so 25 seconds delay sounds about right. Sounds about right. Come on, Panthers, do something silly. Come on, Panthers, do something silly, please. Do something silly in the 49ers' favor. Football gods, please give us Brian Burns. The pick is in. Ooh. I'll pat myself on the back on this one. To be fair, Brian Burns and a 6, not going to happen. So I'm not too concerned. There's still time. I've also spoken to Brian, someone close to Brian Burns, and I was told they have not engaged in contract negotiations yet. So hey, we'll see. They haven't talked about contract negotiations yet. Oh man. Now we have a commercial. Come on. Come on, man. Yeah, these ads are killing me, man. Come on, we don't care. Somehow put the ads on like the ticker or something, or put it off to the side. Just keep it rolling. Come on, keep the pace. We know you want to make money. We know you want to make money. We get it. But come on, get the pace up here. All right. So, hey, this is the time. If Deebo's gonna get moved, if Deebo's gonna get moved, it's coming up. It's now or never. So we are in that period of time now that I believe if Deebo is going to get traded, as I told you, I was all the way up. Like I'm like, oh, he's gone. To now, I'm like, I don't think he's gone. I went the complete in about 3 hours. I went like, oh, he's out of here to okay, maybe he's not going to be out of here. Maybe we are going to have Deebo Samuel back for another year. So again, if I had to make a prediction, if you guys want to make a prediction as well, because I do believe we are in that sweet spot. We are in that sweet spot where if someone is going to come and get Deebo, it's going to be the Jets at 10. That is right around the corner. I would have to assume if that is something that's going to be happening, they are going to be on the phone right now. They're talking through it right now. And if not, and the Jets pick at 10, I would have to say we are probably riding it through with Deebo Samuel. And all that drama is what it is. All right, now we're finally going to get the pick announced. Come on, Goody. Ickey. Let's go. Ickey, like I told you, Ickey's my O tackle one. He's my OT one. Neal is nice and he's big and he's huge. But Ickey is different. When I look at Ickey, I see like Trent Williams vibes. Now, not comp, but I see the same type of movement skills, the same type of physicality. That's why Ickey was my number one offensive tackle. A lot of people had Evan Neal as their offensive tackle one. A lot of people had Charles Cross as their offensive tackle one. And I watched all of them, and I was like, you know what? It's not that hard of a decision for me. Ickey is my OT one. I guess I might know a thing or two. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know about scouting football players? What do I know? What do I know? What do I know? So Ickey goes to the Panthers. I don't know. I don't know much. I don't know much. I'm coming for you, Kuiper. I'm coming for you, Kuiper. Trust me, I know traits. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Smash that like button if you haven't already. So now, who is on the clock? The Jets are on the clock. Not the Jets, excuse me. The other New York team. It goes Giants, ATL, Seattle, and then the Jets. And we find out what is going to occur. So, who do we think the Giants are going to take? Who did they take with their first pick? They took Kayvon Thibodeau, so they went edge. Where do you think they go? Could they go Neal? Maybe. Could they go Charles Cross? Would be very interesting. Do we see a wide receiver go off the board? I wouldn't be shocked to see a wide receiver go here. because when we look at the Giants and they recently put uh I forget the rapper's name. I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney, uh rapper slash wide receiver for the Giants, was put on the trade block before the draft and publicly put on the trade block. So, and we've seen their wide receiver situation is terrible. Like they paid Galladay a ton of money and he did nothing. Um, they could they could go wide receiver right here, maybe. Or do they call it a day on their quarterback? And do they take a quarterback here? And it would be a very interesting situation because, again, they did not pick up Daniel Jones and his fifth-year option. So there could be an opportunity where you could have Daniel Jones, you draft the quarterback, you bring both into camp, you have both compete, or you give Daniel Jones first crack at the opportunity, and you can see how that plays out. But I don't know. I think they need O-line help. I think they need O-line help. Ooh. Bingo. Come on. Where's Goody? Pick is in. There's Goody. Come on, Goody. Spit it out. And there goes Evan Neal to the Giants. Good pick. Good pick. Plenty of wide receiver talent. You can grab a wide receiver at the top of the second, top of the third. There's tons of wide receiver talent. There is not elite quality tackle play in this class. It's very top heavy. So it's interesting to see how it's playing out because a lot of people at Charles Cross. A lot of people at Charles Cross is their OT1. The ones who got spicy. They're like, and wanted, because Neal has been carrying that card of being kind of the consensus tackle OT1. I had concerns based on his size, so which is why I put Ickey over him. But it would have been Ickey Neal Cross. So going to be interesting to see where he goes. But that now means Atlanta is on the clock. Where does Atlanta go? Atlanta has no quarterback. They do have a quarterback. They gave Marcus Mariota a decent amount of money. They gave Marcus Mariota a decent amount of money, but that seems like a bridge quarterback. So it does seem like a perfect opportunity when you look at Marcus Mariota and you look at his skill set and you look at his traits. Malik Willis is kind of similar if you really think about it. So maybe they go Malik Willis. Great pick by the Panthers, though. Love the pick for the Panthers. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to happen. I was at 25%. Deebo Samuel gets traded before this, and just my gut feeling has shifted even further down. I'm feeling like it's like 10% that Deebo Samuel gets traded. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. It feels like Deebo's here to stay. I don't know. Let's find out if the Jets are going to throw a Hail Mary. Let's find out if the Jets are going to throw a Hail Mary. Let's do one last prediction since they are right around the corner. Is Deebo going to get traded? Drop it in the chat. Spam it in the chat. Is Deebo going to get traded? Yes or no? Definitely feels like I'm leaning towards no, which is significantly different than where I was at a couple hours ago. But I don't know if he does. I don't know if he does. Based on, some of the things that I've heard and some of the people that I've talked to, I believe the 49ers do feel comfortable with just holding on to Deebo. I really don't think they have any problems holding on to Deebo in this situation. So, whoo, whoo. So let's see. What are we seeing in the chat? Seeing a lot of he's not going anywhere, zero chance. Some yeses. Spinning wheel of death. So we got some time. Oh boy. We got some time. Oh. Ooh. I'm getting nervous though. Even though I don't think that Deebo's going anymore, I'm still nervous. Even though I don't think he's going anywhere, I'm still nervous. Still nervous. Ooh. Hey, even though we don't have a first rounder, I like the anticipation that we're able to build up towards the 10th overall pick. It's kind of like we have the 10th, even though we don't. We could get the 10th. We could not. We could trade Deebo. We could keep Deebo. We could go it could go multiple different directions. So even though we don't have a pick in this round, it still kind of feels like I'm getting goosebumps. And that's me. That's me even thinking Deebo's not going to go anywhere. Even though I said I thought he was. I don't think he's going anywhere anymore. Let's go, Goody. Let's go. What a pick. What a pick. I love that pick. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw Drake London play last year, I instantly was like, Mike Evans? And I haven't had that thought process since I scouted Mike Evans out of Texas A&M. When I scouted Mike Evans out of Texas A&M, you realized Mike Evans made Johnny Manziel look phenomenal because Johnny would just throw it and Mike Evans would take it away from anyone who was in the vicinity. And so when I saw Drake London, I was like, am I watching Mike Evans again? That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm watching the same person. In regards to archetype, size, the way they win, the way they high point, the way they use their leverage. So shout out to Atlanta. I like the pick. I like the pick. And you pair him up with their new tight end. You get two big body boys out there in Pitts and London. Whoo, London, Pitts and London. My London. No, I'm not gonna try that. I was gonna try to sing the Fergie song, London Brit. No, I decided mid start that I wasn't going to. So now we have an NFC West opponent on the clock. Who are they taking? Are they going quarterback? Are they going quarterback? See, I'm gonna tell you my draft story with when they took Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson coming out, I believed was going to be a superstar. Everyone was knocking Russell Wilson for his height. Everyone was knocking Russell Wilson for this, for that, for this. I was like, what are you guys talking about, man? This guy knows how to play football. Not only can he play, not only does he have the arm talent to do it all, the dude is smart. He's cerebral, all that kind of stuff. And so when the Seattle Seahawks took Russell Wilson in the third round, I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. Like, I can't believe Seattle took out of all the teams in the NFL. I cannot believe the Seattle Seahawks took him. And I was legitimately sick the moment it happened. And that sickness stayed with me as they continued to essentially own us for the better part of the decade since they drafted him. So that's my Russell Wilson story. That's my story with the quarterback. And the reason why I'm telling you that if the Raven or not the Ravens, if the Seattle Seahawks were to take Malik Willis, Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral, whoever, I'm not going to feel that same way. I'm not. Listen, I think some of these quarterbacks have the opportunity to be good and can be starters, but I am not feeling the same way at all. And I like Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis is super talented, but I don't know it. I don't know yet. I like Kenny Pickett. I'll be honest. I like Kenny Pickett. I think Kenny Pickett gives me a little bit of Justin Herbert vibes, where I think Kenny Pickett's going to be a quality quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be like a Super Bowl caliber quarterback or anything like that, but if Seattle were to take a quarterback right here, I would not feel sick about it. I'd be like, all right, that's cool. That's fine with me. So, who do you guys think they're going to take? They need offensive line help pretty bad. They need offensive line help. They could use some running backs, but you're not taking a running back here. Oh boy. Smash that like button. Smash that like button, baby. Panthers are on the clock. Excuse me. New York Jets are on the clock. The New York Jets are officially on the clock. Oh boy. The New York Jets are on the clock. Oh boy. So the pick is in for Seattle. That means the New York Jets are on the clock. All right. So I was told if the guy that they wanted is there, they'll do it. But if he's not, Deebo's staying. So we'll see. Oh, I'm nervous. Who would that guy be? Who would that guy be that the 49ers want? Who would that guy be that the 49ers would want at 10? Who would that be to make them feel good about that? Oh boy. Oh boy. Who? Oh, Hamilton. Oh, Hamilton. Ooh, Hamilton slip. Oh, good call on Hamilton. Oh my gosh, I'm hyperventilating right now. Oh my gosh. Don't mind the trolls in the chat. If it happens, I'm screaming it from the rooftops. We're not waiting. We are not waiting. If it happens, I'm shouting it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What's going to happen? Again, I was told that if there was a player there that they wanted, they'd pull the trigger. But if he wasn't, they weren't going to do it. And it felt like they were leaning more towards not doing it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's going to happen? Anyways, I don't even care about Seattle. They took Charles Cross. I think that's a good pick for them. But we don't care about Seattle. On to the Jets. Oh, come on. I am refreshing like a son of a gun. Oh boy. Oh boy, smash that like button. Smash that like button. Ooh. 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 I am refreshing Twitter like a son of a gun. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh my goodness. Come on, Twitter. Come on, Twitter. I'm going to break Twitter with how much I am reloading Twitter. Oh my gosh. I am going to break it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Oh boy. I feel like they're going to make the pick. I feel like they're going to make the pick. Wow. 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 Oh boy. Oh my goodness. What a freaking roller coaster. What a freaking roller coaster. It's over. We survived. Oh my goodness. Wow. And there it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tip the pick. The Jets took Garrett Wilson. And again, I think that played to a bit of a disadvantage to the 49ers. Again, having a player like him being available. Wow. It appears Deebo is here to stay. What a whirlwind. What a whirlwind. Wow. Deebo Samuel. Whoo! How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Again, we're whew.
So if you're the Jets and you want a wide receiver, well, I love Deebo Samuel. Man, you can get a heck of a discount if you get one right here. Remember.
And that's exactly what DJ's just saying. DJ just said you get so much more value out of taking a guy like Garrett Wilson than taking and spending that much capital on a guy like Deebo Samuel. What a wild ride, baby. Deebo Samuel is likely going to be staying. He will be a San Francisco 49er. Holy hell. Holy hell. What a roller coaster. What a roller coaster that was. What a roller coaster. Wow. How are we feeling? We feeling good? We feeling great? We feel like it's over? Do we feel like we have some clarity? Do we feel like we're all right? Sue says Deebo's stuck with us. He is. He is. Unfortunately. Unfortunately for Deebo. Unfortunately for Deebo. Unfortunately for Deebo. Good for us. Like we've always talked about. We didn't want Deebo to go anywhere. But it was feeling like for a second there it could have happened. Like really could have happened. But honestly, this is the best case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers. Again, if we want to win next year and we want to make, we being the 49ers, if the 49ers want to make a run, they have to have Deebo, man. They have to have Deebo. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Now what everyone's going to be waiting for is what's Deebo Samuel going to post next? Bro, we're going to be watching what Deebo Samuel does on his Instagram for the rest of his time with the San Francisco 49ers. Everyone's going to be like, "Hey, what's he meaning by that?" Oh, Saints are moving up. See? Oh. See, I told you this was the trade that I wanted to do. I wanted to get pick 10 and I wanted to trade back with the Saints. I think the Saints are going to come up and get a quarterback. Saints have traded with Washington. Damn, see that's a trade I wanted to do. If we were going to make all that stuff happen and that was going to go down and we got 10, I wanted to take 10 and drop back with the Saints because I thought the Saints were going to move up. They did. They moved up to 11 with the Commanders. They're probably going to take a quarterback. I would imagine they are going to take I imagine they're going to take Malik Willis here. I imagine so. But wow. I might have to go live on I might go live on Instagram. I haven't been live on Instagram in a while. I want to check and see how everyone's doing. So I might go live. I might go live on Instagram. All right. Let's see what the reaction's going to be like. Hold on a sec. We feel good? We feel great? How do we feel? Wait, what did Trey Lance just tweet? Hold on a second. What did Trey Lance just tweet? Where did it go? I saw Trey Lance tweet something. Where'd it go? Got him. Let's go. Shout out Trey. That's hilarious. So if you guys remember, Tony Jefferson put out that tweet earlier that he thought Deebo was going to be a Jet. Trey Lance told him to stop it. Great tweet. Great tweet. First W of Trey Lance. First W for Trey Lance of the offseason. Well done. Well done, young man. Well done. All right. Hold on. I got to post that because that was a legendary tweet. All right. Hold on one sec. Where is it? I got to find. Where's Trey Bay at? Where's Trey Bay at? Man, what a wild couple weeks that has been. What a couple of insane drama-filled weeks that was. But my goodness, the San Francisco 49ers know how to keep things entertaining. My goodness. Hold on a second. I got to find a proper picture here. Okay, there we go. Bear with me while I make this post. Oh, the Saints take Chris Olave? I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I like that pick. I like that pick quite a bit. I am a Olave stan. All right. Deebo is here to stay. Hold on. I'm making a post. Wow. What a wild ride. What a wild ride it's been. Let's go. All right. Let me get this post out. All right. Oh, the Vikings trade? Sheesh. All right. All right. What a move. What a move. All right. I'm going to go live. Let's reset. I haven't been live here in a minute. Some fans aren't happy about it. Some fans aren't happy about it, clearly. But hey, he's on the team. He is not going anywhere. So Deebo is here to stay. Deebo is here to stay. All right, let's go. All right. How do you go live? The frick? Bro, I haven't gone live in so long. I don't even see how I'm supposed to go. How do you go live? The hell? Why the hell? What the frick? Go live. How do I go live? Wow. It's been that long. Let me go live. Live. Damn, bro. They really got rid of the go live button? What the hell? Go live. This is ridiculous. Well, that's fun. Someone's going to have to teach me how to go live on Instagram. Because the normal button that we would use isn't there. What the hell? All right. Well, we made it, folks. We made it. And now the run on wide receiver begins. Again, not the best draft to probably want to trade Deebo. Because clearly, all right, well, I guess we're not going live. Oh, now the button returns. Jeez. All right. Let's reset. Whoo. So Kyle kept him. Kyle kept him. Deebo staying. All right, we going live. We going live. Who's crying? I'm having a tough time. I'm back now. We're back. We figured it out. The button returned. It disappeared, but then it returned. And now we're live. Let's go. Let's go. Pop in here. All right. How are we feeling? Let's go. Hey, we figured it out. We figured it out. Shout out. Let's go. Big boomer vibes. But it does appear, as you guys know, that Deebo Samuel will be playing for the San Francisco 49ers. We felt like that pick 10 with the Jets was going to be the catalyst for this situation. Clearly, there's been a lot of back and forth, but Deebo Samuel made it. We see the run on wide receivers going right now. It appears that Deebo Samuel will be a San Francisco 49er for next year at the very least. Drop it in the chat how you're feeling about that. I would say I could probably speak for a lot of the fans that with Deebo Samuel coming back, you're feeling pretty good about that. You're feeling pretty positive about Deebo Samuel returning because let's face it, rookie quarterback with Trey Lance, not a rookie quarterback, but heading into his second year, you have Brandon Ayuk, you now have Deebo Samuel, you have George Kittle, and now you focus on building out through the rest of the draft. You don't have to have these crazy change of plans, nothing like that. Now we get to just focus back into the original plan at hand. We get to maybe put that drama off to the side a little bit. And guess what? You might be mad at Deebo now. And if you are, when Deebo Samuel scores that first touchdown for the San Francisco 49ers, all those thoughts of this offseason are just going to go right out your brain. And we're going to go right back. We're going to go right back to being extremely happy about Deebo Samuel returning because, as we all know, it is going to be a huge, huge, huge benefit to not only Deebo, to not only Trey Lance, but just the entire offense as a whole. Now, is Deebo happy? I would have to assume he's not so happy. I that's a conversation for a different day, but I think right now we'll focus on the fact that it appears now. Never say never. The draft isn't over. Anything can happen, but it does look like he will be returning. San Francisco 49ers said, I'm sorry, Deebo, but we aren't going to move forward with the particular request at hand, and we are going to stick and stay pat and keep you on the roster. So Deebo Samuel right now is here to stay. We don't see him going anywhere. We never say never. We don't talk in definitives. We never say never. But we're gonna see. Someone saying Eagles send 15 and 18, please. We'll see. I think the Eagles are coming up here pretty soon. I don't know if that would get it done. But at least for about 5 seconds until something else pops up, we can kind of put the drama to the side. We can kind of stop over analyzing and overdoing all this stuff that we're doing and just get back to the offseason at hand. So it's been a wild ride. It's been an absolute wild ride up until this point. Eagles are at 13 now. The Eagles traded up. So, hey, it's been crazy. Let's face it. Now, I'm going to be honest. Since my time of covering the San Francisco 49ers, I haven't seen anything as polarizing as we've seen with the Deebo Samuel situation, but that's okay. The hope is, right? The hope is we can somehow get Deebo Samuel back into the mix, get him back to conversating with the San Francisco 49ers. Maybe after all this drama, we get a deal done with Deebo Samuel. When? Maybe around the time that the 49ers want to get deals done. Or they decide, okay, if you do want to leave, we will allow you to do that, but you got to play this year first. So that's the predicament now for Deebo Samuel. Now, if Deebo Samuel in this particular situation, I think wants to hold out, it doesn't work for him in that sense, because if Deebo Samuel were to hold out with the entire situation of the collective bargaining agreement, if he holds out, another year is added on to his contract. Not only is like another year added on or accrued years added on, he also gets docked a ton of money. So based on the new CBA and how it's been structured, holdouts don't really make a ton of sense. So, and it doesn't benefit the player at all. It benefits the team. So as it stands right now, the San Francisco 49ers are in full control. Whether Deebo likes it or not, the San Francisco 49ers are in full control of the situation. The options that Deebo had were prior to the draft. If they were able to get something done and were able to move on from him, get the trade compensation that they wanted, and a team was able to sign him to a big time contract. Well, obviously, it doesn't appear that that is happening. It appears that Deebo will be here for at least this season. Now, the draft, again, I have to be crystal clear, is not over. And we never say never about anything. Is there a world that exists where someone wrangles together a trade package to somehow pull Deebo Samuel away from the 49ers? Maybe, but it is much less likely than it was before the Jets passed through pick 10. Because as it had seemed, everything was pointing towards Deebo Samuel and the Jets being a very symbiotic match that worked out. But now, with them not only going with Garrett Wilson, but obviously not trading for Deebo with that top 10 pick, uh, they don't seem like to be a suitor for Deebo Samuel anymore. So, how are you guys? I've been on YouTube for most of the first round, but how are you guys feeling on Instagram? I shout out to you guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while, but how are you feeling about this situation? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling positive that Deebo Samuel is returning, or are you a little jaded? Because I see some L's in the chat. I see some L's in the chat. I see those L's. I see those L's in the chat. Some people aren't happy about it. But I am interested to see what you guys think. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling bad? What is the feeling with Deebo coming back? I see a lot of people still wanting to get rid of him. There's some W's. Again, drop a W if you're happy that he's coming back. And if he's not, you know what else to drop. So it is an interesting situation. Someone had asked, let's see, could he choose to sit out? He could choose to sit out. He absolutely could choose to sit out. But if he were to sit out, it doesn't benefit him. The way the CBA, and my understanding and things that I've heard, again, I'm not a CBA person. I'm not someone who's going to understand every small detail of the CBA. And I'm just translating information that I've heard. But everything that I know is that if he holds out, an accrued years added on. So like if he pulled a Le'Veon Bell and said, I'm going to go rap for a year, he's still under contract with the 49ers for the following year. So holding out doesn't do anything. And on top of holding out and getting that accrued season put onto the back end, he also loses all his money. So you lose money and you're not a free agent. So holding out, he could do that. But at this point, I don't see how it could be of a benefit of anything. So what Deebo Samuel's going to have to do, if the San Francisco 49ers aren't going to come to terms on a contract extension around August, around July, before training camp, and Deebo Samuel is forced to play on his rookie deal, then he's got to do it again. He's got to prove himself twice. He has to go through and get that. He has to earn that contract again. So that is going to be an interesting dynamic. That is going to be a very interesting dynamic of this all. The hope is both sides come together. They mend whatever issues that were going on, and they work towards a contract extension where Deebo Samuel feels taken care of and the San Francisco 49ers feel comfortable with it. And they get that done by training camp or before training camp. If they don't get a deal done, Deebo honestly doesn't have much of a shot at doing anything other than just playing. So it becomes a very interesting dynamic. Is the drama over? Hopefully we can put it to bed and we can feel good about the situation and stop with the nonstop like sub posting and stuff like that, and just get back to just focus. Let's focus on football again. um so that is the hope. That really is the hope. So it doesn't, like I said, never say never. If this isn't a definitive that he's back for sure, who knows what happens? Maybe they somehow get my boy Brian Burns. I'm just saying, you never know. The draft ain't over. There's still plenty of time before the start of next year. Anything can happen. Trades can still happen. It's not like it was like a hard deadline, but it was a pretty substantial deadline that we passed. Now, it doesn't mean that, nothing can happen now, right? So it's just, I don't think, going to be something that we have to focus on every day. I don't think it's going to be something that we have to talk about every single day, hopefully. Um, now, now is the conversation going to switch back to Jimmy? Are we switching back the conversation to Jimmy Garoppolo? Are we talking about where's Jimmy going now? Because we did have reports today that the Panthers and the Texans have both been interested in Jimmy Garoppolo. Is that how we get my BB? Is that how we get my BB on the squad? We dangle Jimmy Garoppolo in front of the Panthers because the Panthers didn't take a quarterback. They did not take a quarterback. The Panthers took my OT1. So I'm tipping my cap to the Panthers. They took my offensive tackle one, Ickey Ekwonu. He was my guy. I liked him better than Neal. I liked him better than Charles Cross. So I'm happy with the selection that they took. But who's he going to be blocking for? Is he going to be blocking for Sam Darnold again? I don't think they want that. I don't think they want that. I don't think they want that at all. Is it going to be PJ Walker? No, I don't think they want that either. So who's Ickey going to be blocking for? Because we saw last year. And again, I'll make this argument to the Panthers every single time you give me an opportunity. The Panthers had not only Brian Burns, but they also had Hassan Reddick on the opposite side of him. They had one of the best pass rushing groups in the NFL. They won 5 games. All right. So I'm going to talk to the Panthers. I'm going to listen, Panthers. Listen, Panthers. You guys need Jimmy. Look at Jimmy. Look at his track record. Look at Jimmy when he's on the field. He wins football games. Now, you guys love Brian Burns. You've extended his 5th-year option and you've picked it up. And you have openly talked about how you could potentially move off of him, maybe, if the money doesn't work out. Well, don't worry about the money. We'll take care of the money. You take Jimmy. If you need more for Jimmy, how about we give you Jimmy plus a couple picks? Or Jimmy, I want to make it happen. We're getting to the point where the picks situation is clearly drying up because, hey, they don't have a 2nd-round pick. They don't have a 3rd-round pick. So, I mean, I'm just saying, Jimmy wins, man. Jimmy wins. Say what you want to say about Jimmy. But Jimmy wins. And you had Hassan Reddick. You had Brian Burns. You won 5 games. Clearly, that's not the differentiator in regards to translating to wins. Now, having both of those guys would be great for you guys, right, Panthers? But you didn't win with 2 elite edge rushers. Are you now going to win with just 1 elite edge rusher? And who's quarterback? Who's the quarterback? Give me BB. I will never stop. Do I think Deebo will be a Niner this season? Yeah, I do. I do. I think it's changed dramatically. Um, I've been all over the board. I ain't gonna lie to you. At one point I thought he was as good as gone. Um, but things change. Things are fluid. We understand when we're talking about player movement and we're talking about all this type of stuff. It is fluid. Anything can happen at any time. So hey, yeah, at one point I felt like, ooh, it's looking ugly. Like it's looking like a divorce is coming. It's looking like there's a suitor. It looks like there's a perfect team who wants him. All that type of stuff. It's like, oh, it looks like the stars are aligning for a trade. Well, it didn't happen. And I'm okay with that. I've never wanted to trade Deebo Samuel. But when you start to hear, oh, he wants a trade, okay, well then we are going to go through and conceptualize what that trade could look like. What does that mean? Who can we get? What teams are going to be fits? So now we're in a scenario where he could still be traded theoretically, but as you can see, it's not just me, it's not just other people. Oh, dang. Dang. The Texans took Kenyon Green at 15. Oh, I love Kenyon Green. I'm not surprised that he went that high. I love him. I love him. Hey, bro, when you talk for a living, you start to pick up big words. I'm just saying. I'm starting to like the internet a little bit more these days. A little bit more these days. Just a little bit more. But it's a situation. I think the time is coming. It's past. Um, how do I feel about Olave? I love Olave, man. I love Olave. Like if the 49ers made that swap and they were there at 10, I wouldn't have minded taking Olave at 10. I like Olave. I like him quite a bit. And why do you think I like Olave? If you were around last year, you probably know why. Or you probably would understand why I did. Um, but yeah, I like Olave a lot. Deebo in Vegas. Oh yeah, that's right. Deebo's in Vegas. I hope he talks to the media. I hope he talks to the media. I want to hear what he has to say. Oh, we got a trade. We got a trade that affects our division. We got a trade that affects our division. The Cardinals just made a trade. At least from what I saw. Yep. Hollywood Brown traded to the Cardinals from the Ravens. Hollywood Brown traded from the Ravens to the Cardinals. So now the Arizona Cardinals have Hollywood Brown to pair with Kyler Murray and Rondale Moore and DeAndre Hopkins. Oh boy. Oh boy. Leave it up to our division, right? Leave it up to our division. It's going everywhere. It's popped. It's popping everywhere right now. Man. Who cares? Do you realize we play the Cardinals twice a year, my boy? Do you realize we play them? Do you realize that we play the Cardinals 2 times a year? That's not true. Come on, bro. Hollywood Brown's cheeks? Who are you talking to? Your cheeks, bro. My goodness. Hollywood Brown has cheeks? kind of people we got on this live? My goodness. You guys watch football? Hopefully. Hopefully not just the Niners. Hopefully not just the Niners. My goodness. Someone help these people. Someone help these people. My goodness. Hollywood Brown cheeks. That's funny. Good story. Way to cope. I call that copium. If you're a 49er calling Hollywood Brown cheeks, that's copium. You're just trying to cope right now. Deebo's in Vegas. So I think Deebo's supposed to be playing in a he's supposed to be playing in a like flag football situation this weekend. So Deebo in Vegas. Just touchdown. What a great time to touch down. So we got Deebo in Vegas. We got Deebo not going anywhere. We got Hollywood Brown in division. My goodness. My goodness. Hollywood Brown? That's crazy. Ravens want Deebo. They do want Deebo. Ravens have talked about wanting Deebo. I don't know what the trade details necessarily look like right now, but that's interesting. That is interesting. Vicky says, I just hate how he disrespected us. I know. I've talked about it. I know he was on to the next. Like his ultimate goal was to get out. Unfortunately, in the process, liking himself in a Cowboys swap, probably not the best idea. Those are one of those kinds of things that you can't really walk back. Like those are the kinds of things that I think people are just going to remember. So yeah, I would have definitely gone about that situation a little bit differently. You could have still used the same tools. You still could have been able to do your messaging in a way, but don't like yourself in a Cowboys jersey. Come on, dog. You're better than that. You can't walk that back. You can't walk that back. We saw it. We saw that. You can't walk that back. So again, now, but it is what it is. Like we just hope that drama goes by. That just we can move past it. We're all going to have counseling sessions. We're all going to have to do all those types of things to be able to move past it. I look emo. I'm very emo. Very emo. So you got that right. Why do we want a guy that doesn't want to go to battle with us? We don't need toxic energy in the locker room. I don't think he has toxic energy. Necessarily. I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get traded. So he went about it a certain way. But when you don't get traded, it's kind of awkward. Dotson to the Commanders. Ooh, good pick. What do I think about the Cardinals trade? I don't like it because I think it made the Cardinals better. That's why I don't like it. I like Hollywood Brown. I know Hollywood Brown very well, and I know how productive he is. And I think he's going to be even more productive going from a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, who is, he's a little bit more what's the right word I want to use? I don't know what the word I want to use is, but I think Kyler Murray can distribute a little bit better. And I like Hollywood Brown. I do. I do. So I don't like it because I think he has an opportunity. Again, you add him to the mix. You add him with Hopkins. You add him with Rondell Moore. That unit is pretty good. That's a pretty strong three-headed wide receiver core, if you ask me. You're trading your loyalty. So think about it. You have to think about it outside of a vacuum. It's Hollywood Brown on the opposite side of DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is definitely trending towards being more of a possession wide receiver, right? So he's more of possession, right? Well, look at Rondell Moore. What is Rondell Moore? He's a slot, and he's a dynamic slot. Well, what is Hollywood Brown? He's an outside receiver and a speed demon who can take the top off defenses. He can play the ball in the air. He's tough. He makes great catches. So now you take all three of those and you put him into an offense with Cliff Kingsbury, who's Cliff Kingsbury. But let's face it, you look at those three wide receivers and it's not bad. It's not a bad wide receiver core. Again, you're going to have someone who's cognizant of Hollywood taking the top off the defense. You're going to have to be cognizant of Rondell Moore doing this all over the middle. And then you're going to have DeAndre Hopkins, who could potentially come back to form. So I don't know why everyone's hating on Hollywood Brown. Mickey Mouse QB, true. 100%. 100%. Quit being Tarzan on Hollywood. Y'all just haters. That's it. My opinion's my opinion. Y'all just haters. It's all good. Or I'm just emo. One of the two. But I like that. For them, not for us. Oh. AJ Brown's getting traded. AJ Brown is getting traded. AJ Brown is getting traded to the Eagles. AJ Brown is getting traded to the Eagles. So, oh boy. Same agent as Deebo. If we heard anything about, oh my goodness. Dude, this is nuts. Meanwhile, Deebo's not getting traded. Oh my gosh, he hates his life right now. Deebo's so pissed off right now. Oh my, I guarantee you he's fuming. Deebo is fuming right now. AJ Brown, who's represented by the same agent, Tory Dandy. Again, all the conversations about AJ Brown coming from media was, oh, the Titans aren't trading AJ. Oh, the Titans aren't trading AJ. Oh, no, the Titans are going to work towards a long-term deal with AJ. Oh, no. Titans aren't trading AJ. Boom. AJ Brown for pick 18 and 101. Wow. What a fleece. What a fleece for the Eagles. Bro. Pick 18? You're not getting a wide receiver with AJ Brown's ability at pick 18 and 101? Wow. Fleeced. Dang. Titans got fleeced, bro. Hey, and maybe that's why the 49ers didn't trade Deebo, because they were getting those types of offers. They were getting a first rounder and a throw-in pick. And they're like, that's not going to get it done for us. That's not going to get it done for us. How do I get the info so fast? How do you think I run? You see what kind of organization we're running here? I'm the king of info. Come on, baby. If you ain't first, you're last. That's the number one rule of content. If you ain't first, you're last. If you ain't first, you are last. Just saying. But Deebo's pissed right now. Deebo's pissed right now. I can almost guarantee it. I almost can guarantee it. I can almost guarantee Deebo is fuming right now. Oh boy. All AJ did was take Tennessee out of his bio on Twitter. That's it. That's all AJ Brown did. All AJ Brown did was just take Tennessee out of his Twitter bio. That was all the social media that he did. And he's the one who gets traded. Wow, that's a huge win for the Eagles. That's a huge win for Jalen Hurts. That's a huge win for, oh my goodness. Wow. Unbelievable. Yeah, I could see why the Eagles didn't trade for Deebo. They got a much better. They fleeced the Eagles. Wow. I mean, hey, let's take a stab at this. Let's take a stab at this. I want to hear from you guys. If you found out that the San Francisco 49ers traded Deebo Samuel to the Eagles for pick 18 and 101, would you be happy about that? Would you be happy about that? Answer honestly. If the 49ers traded Deebo Samuel for 18 and 101, would you be happy about that? Yeah, a lot of you would be pissed. Yep. Not too many people would be happy about that. That's not the haul that Deebo's worth. Right. So Deebo, we hold like we get it. Oh. And the Titans turn around and draft Treylon Burks with pick 18. Wow. So listen. We wouldn't have liked that trade. That the trade can still happen, and we've said that multiple times. But again, just like I said, 18 and 101, is that getting the job done? And as the draft continues to go down, the percentage and the likelihood chance of Deebo getting traded is literally getting walked back as each pick goes. The fact now, AJ Brown going for 18 and 101 kills any value, because they just set the baseline of what it's going to take to get a potential wide receiver 1 in the draft. No one is going to pay what the 49ers were asking now. And so my boy Deebo, I know you wanted to get out of here. We don't know why, but we absolutely know you want to get out of here. We know you wanted to get out of here. Oh, we know. Like, you can't walk that back. You can't walk that back. Now Deebo has quite the predicament on his hands because now with this trade, with that particular trade, now teams across the NFL are going to look and they're just going to be like, yeah, we'll take Deebo for a mid first and a fifth. You would 49ers, would you do that? 49ers like, hell no. Absolutely not. And you had AJ Brown traded. We had two wide receiver ones traded. Whether you consider Hollywood Brown a wide receiver one or not, he was the wide receiver one for the Ravens. AJ Brown, wide receiver one for the Titans. Nowhere near 2 first-round picks. Nowhere near first-round picks. Oh, that murders. And AJ Brown gets a 4-year extension, $100 million, $57 million guaranteed. Dude, Deebo is fuming right now. Oh my gosh, Deebo is heated. AJ Brown gets a 4-year, $100 million contract with $57 million guaranteed. Deebo Samuel damn near put himself into a corner where he's going to have to play for $3 million this year. Oh my goodness. Deebo, I got nothing against Deebo, bro. Real talk. I got nothing against Deebo. Like, whatever. Like, he wants to stay, he wants to go, whatever. We're going to ride with whatever decision is made. That's what we do. But I just have to imagine Deebo is in Vegas right now, literally full fist punching the air right now, just like straight like emo vibes, like Gah! Like because the 49ers aren't going to move him. That feels like it's come and gone. It feels, well, we never say never, but it feels like it's come and gone. And AJ Brown gets moved. They move Hollywood Brown. 2 Browns got moved. I guess if your last name isn't Brown, you're not getting traded today. If you're a wide receiver. So Hollywood Brown, AJ Brown get moved. AJ Brown gets a huge contract. You have Lane Johnson tweeting, "In Howie we trust." The Eagles just absolutely fleeced the Titans. They take on the paycheck. Damn, bro. Deebo's pissed right now. Oh, boy. Deebo's pissed. Damn, I feel bad for him. Like, on some real. So now what the interesting situation here is what are the 49ers going to do? Are they going to pay him? Or did he burn the bridge to get paid? The 49ers are going to wash their hands and they're just like, you can go play somewhere else next year. We're not going to sign you to an extension, but you have to play this season. And see now, oh God, now this is the predicament because you can't hold out. If you hold out, an accrued year gets added. You're screwed. You're stuck with the 49ers regardless if they decide not to trade you. If you hold out, you're not also lose all your money. So if the 49ers don't come to terms with Deebo before training camp, Deebo's literal only option is to play on a rookie deal and then have to earn the check one more year. Oh, wow. and someone said the 49ers won't sign him. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if these rumors are true that you told the 49ers to like, hey, don't give him don't give me a contract. I want out. Give me a trade. And the whole public situation with it, and they're like, okay, fine. We won't retain you, but clearly we're not trading you. Oh, boy. It is. I mean, shout out the 49ers, bro. Shout out the 49ers. They make my life as a 49er content creator so, like, they give me so much stuff to talk about. I can't be mad at it. Like, I can't even be mad at it. Like, the content that I'm provided covering this team is insane. It's just nuts. So now we start to take a turn. Now we start to take a turn. Will the 49ers pay Deebo? Will the 49ers pay Deebo? Now that's the question. Now, I'd actually like to see what you guys have to say in the chat. Both of you, all you guys, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. It's good to be with Instagram. We haven't done a dual stream in a while. It's actually kind of vibey right now. I like it. Are the 49ers going to extend Deebo? Are they going to do it? I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. So far, yes. Majority of the comments on IG are saying yes, they will pay him. Pay Deebo 5 years, 125 mil, 60 million guaranteed. I think that's what the goal was. But now, so many cans of worms have been opened. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And it all comes back to scrubbing your IG. This is why, hey, if we have any players watching, this is why you don't Kyler Murray. This is 150 million. I'm available for consultation, guys. If you guys need help in regards to, changing narratives, if you guys need help like getting messages across that can't like blow back and hit you in the face, call my line. I will be able to help you do that. But don't go Kyler Murray. This is the exact reason why we don't do that. This is the exact reason we don't go Kyler Murray ever. You go Kyler Murray, it's very hard to walk it back. You go Kyler Murray, you invite the dogs in, start sniffing around. Doesn't smell right. That's what happens when you go Kyler Murray. You get people like, why did he do that? All right, let's start digging. And you're like, oh, we found this or we saw this. Don't go Kyler Murray. Please never, ever go Kyler Murray. It's a perfect example of why we don't. Just don't do that. Please don't do that ever again. Brian J on YouTube says, bet you that's one of the issues. I bet you that's what one of the issues was about all along. The Niners wanted to see Deebo do it one more season. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. They wanted to see him do it one more year. They wanted to see it to him do it one more year. Some consistency, right? A little bit of prove it. Prove that that wasn't a fluke. How do you look when we put you back into a wide receiver role? What does that look like? Yeah, I agree. They probably wanted to see it one more time. Oh boy, man, what a saga that was! What a saga that was! I've never been through that. This is my 4th year covering the team. It's my 4th year covering the team. Never seen anything remotely this dramatic ever. That's why I felt like it was going to end in a trade, because it just felt like it had gotten to this point that was like, how do you walk this back? Like, how do you show up in training camp? How do you show up in mandatory minicamp? So now that's the next question, because I think we're all kind of in the same boat that Debo's coming back. Wait, Steelers. Oh. Great pick. Great pick, Steelers. Great pick, Steelers. Trav says, was I hoping for a trade? No, I was not hoping for a trade. I was hoping for Deebo Samuel to get extended and be a San Francisco 49er for a long time. Uh, he was he's dynamic. He's unique. But again, when it gets to a certain point, you start to envision again what we're talking about. Like, you get to a certain point where you're like, how do you reconcile? How do you go back from what is out? You know what I mean? And it felt like someone was going to give the 49ers what they were asking for. But then you see what Hollywood Brown got traded for. Then you see what AJ Brown gets traded for. And you're like, well, it doesn't feel like anyone was going to give the 49ers what they were asking for. So I really like Pickett to the Steelers. I think that's a phenomenal pick. I like Pickett. I will go on record and say this. I like Pickett. I know not everyone does, but I love the fact that he landed in a spot with the Steelers. He's a pit boy, so I like the fit. I like the fit, and he doesn't have to be forced to play right away. I think that's a perfect spot. And that completely wipes out Jimmy Garoppolo. So I like it, actually. That's crazy, man. I'm still like, I still can't, like, it's still crazy to me. Like, Debo's the one we've been talking about getting traded nonstop, not just us. Of course we're 49ers. I'm a 49er content creator. It's literally the only thing I talk about is 49ers. So yeah, it makes sense that we're going to talk about that nonstop. But it wasn't just us, it was national news. Everyone was talking about Deebo getting traded. And now Deebo stays, AJ Brown gets traded. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Hollywood Brown gets traded. Nuts. Nuts, nuts, nuts. Um, man, crazy. Crazy. Again, pro tip, don't scrub your Instagram account. Pro tip: if there's anything we learned, hey, you can be happy or unhappy. You could not be getting what you wanted. There could be reasons and all those types of things. Like those are all valid. One of the things that we do have to talk about is clearly something Debo's upset about something. So that still has to be managed. That still has to be worked out. We still kind of have to check in on Deebo and be like, bro, I hope you're good. Like clearly something happened where it it wasn't like something happened. And it could be much more than just the money, but something happened. But I just I think once it went public, it went nuts. It just went out of control. And then it became a situation where Debo's asking price became publicly the standard. So if publicly the 49ers are asking for 2 firsts, you can see now what these other teams were able to go get these other guys for less than what the public asking price was. So, boy, wild ride. What a wild ride that's been. What a wild ride. I can't believe it. He says, I think he understands if Trey gets the start, his production will not be the same. 100% his production will not be the same. And if they are able to get maybe an additional running back, maybe they don't need to use him as a wide back role. Maybe it comes a more specialized role where he's taking 2, 3, 4 carries a game opposed to 6, 7, 8. That over time can definitely have an impact. But wow. The draft is fun, bro. So now, what does AJ Brown's deal do for Deebo? Would we say that Deebo is a better wide receiver than or that's a better weapon than AJ Brown? So now Deebo has to compete against AJ Brown in negotiation. So now Deebo, after going through this entire situation, has to somehow compete against AJ Brown's 4-year, $100 million deal with $57 million guaranteed. So crazy. So crazy. Patriots have traded their pick to the Chiefs. So now the Patriots are on the board. Who are the Patriots going to go with? Question: is Deebo still playing wide back? If he doesn't have a new deal, I don't think so. I don't think so. If Deebo is playing on a rookie contract this coming season, I can't imagine. I can't imagine he will. Nuts, man. I don't see the Niners paying Deebo $25 million a year, especially since they have to pay Bosa. Yeah, and that's the thing is now Bosa 100% jumps in front of Deebo in regards to contract priority. We already kind of knew that, like, just based on positional value, that already made sense. It already made sense to pay not only Bosa ahead of Deebo, but he's going to get more than Deebo because he's a defensive end. He's likely going to get maybe in the ballpark of 80 million guaranteed. So it's a I don't think it's over. I don't think it's over. Wow. All right. So look at what the Chiefs just did. The Chiefs just traded 29, 94, and 121. They moved up with the Patriots. They take Trent McDuffie. What's funny about Trent McDuffie? He's got really good length, kind of like the San Francisco 49ers current cornerback, Charvarius Ward, who the 49ers signed from the Chiefs. So the Chiefs let Charvarius Ward. So this is interesting because I think too, I think this is a little bit of how you manipulate the comp picks, because Charvarius Ward is likely going to net the Chiefs a third round comp pick. They move up into the first to take a rookie who's similar in archetype a little bit, and Trent McDuffie out of Washington at cornerback. So interesting. Like this, if we should trade Deebo for Brian Burns. Oh. Gonna be, I don't know. Would you trade Jimmy Garoppolo and pick 61 for Brian Burns? Would you trade maybe Jimmy Garoppolo, pick 61 and 105 for Brian Burns? I would. Give me BB. Get me BB yesterday. Get me BB yesterday. So, like I've always said, it's not Jimmy for Brian Burns, and that's what all these people always assume. We will send more. We will send more with Jimmy to the Panthers. Like, listen, Panthers need a quarterback. They don't have a second round pick. They don't have a third round pick. If we were able to get Brian Burns, they're also able to get a quarterback who will be able to win them football games. They'll net a second round pick and they'll net a third round pick. Deebo to the Packers? Hell no. That would be suicide. I wouldn't want to see that. That would be too much. I don't know if I could. I couldn't do that. I couldn't send Deebo to the Packers. Deebo would be enough. Deebo would be enough to really maybe be the difference maker for the Packers. Like, can't do that. Can't do that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Does Deebo go? I don't think so. I don't think Deebo goes. Like, how would he go? I don't know. Trent McDuffie. Yeah, Deebo. I don't think Deebo's going anywhere. So now I asked the question earlier, are the 49ers going to pay Deebo? But again, look at AJ Brown's contract. Oh, yes. Yes. If we could get Lewis, Sin, or Jermaine Johnson, would be sick. I'm going to be honest. I want Lewis. I want Deshaun Golson 2.0. Give me the new age Deshaun Goldson. If you can get me the new age Deshaun Goldson, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that pick. Give me the new age Deshaun Goldson, please. Arguably one of my favorite 49ers of all time. Okay, pick is in for the Packers. No Deebo to the Packers, so that's good news. Quay Walker to the Packers. Fine with that. Not too concerned with that. That seems like a pick who's going to come in and replace Zadarius Smith. So more of a lateral move for the Packers. Not too concerned with it. Again, I believe they let Zadarius Smith go. So that's kind of how I look at Quay Walker. He's just going to slot in right there for Zadarius. But let's see. Let's look at. We've been talking a lot, but let's see. NFL draft. I want to see who's available. Let's see who's available. NFL draft. All right. So, best remaining available players according to ESPN: Jermaine Johnson, Daxton Hill out of Michigan, Nakobe Dean out of Georgia, which Patrick Willis tweeted about today. Malik Willis is sliding. George Karlaftis is sliding. Gosh, this would be. Would the San Francisco 49ers take 35 and 38? 35, 38. Ooh, Buffalo sends number 25. Ravens are trading the 23rd pick to the Bills for 25 and 130. So the Ravens are trading back. So that means Buffalo is jumping up 2 spots. So does that mean they come and get Jermaine Johnson potentially? But Malik Willis is sliding. Deebo to the Ravens plus Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas doesn't play anymore. Linderbaum's still available. Yep. So, wonder who they're going to take. There's still some great prospects left. There's some great prospects left. Man, I would love to have multiple picks in the 30 to 75 range. If you could have a bunch of picks in the 30 to 75 range, I mean, there's so many good players in that area. There's so many good guys still available. It's crazy. There's so many good players still available. I love the depth of this draft. Ooh. Kaiir Elam to the Bills. Kaiir Elam to the Bills. Oh. So what are Baltimore's picks right now? Baltimore has they only have one more. They still have a first rounder. But Someone said Baltimore traded back. They're trying to make a deal for Deebo buying time. But what are they going to give? What could the Ravens give for Deebo? What could he get? I don't know. Baltimore's at 25. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, man. I I said, Debo could still theoretically get traded, but based on the asking price, based on what AJ Brown got moved for, based on what Hollywood Brown got moved for, it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. It just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. And again, you look at AJ Brown getting the deal that he got. Are they going to pay him that much? Are they going to pay him 4 years, 100 million in the range of 60 million guaranteed? Hey, that King's Ransom mock was so lit. One of these days, the San Francisco 49ers need to let me into that war room for like a day or two and just let me mess around. Let me just conceptualize a couple trades because boy, that King Ransom mock draft was legendary. Clearly wouldn't have played out that way with the draft picks, but pretty fun. Pretty fun. So going to be interesting. Well, I think someone said, how did the Titans approve that trade? Like I said, with the public situation of Deebo Samuel's, like, I believe in a sense that the whole like the public knowing about Deebo wanting to be traded and knowing what the asking price was, it set the bar at like what the height of the asking price was. So it was 2 first round picks. So what did the Titans trade him for? They traded him for 1 and a mid-round pick. And you have to take into account you're also trading away the contract. You're also trading you're trading to someone else to pay him the money that he wants. So that's part of it. So you can take some value, I think, out of the contract because you want to net a first round pick in return, but that team that's giving up the first round pick also has to pay as well. So I really do believe that with the publicity surrounding Deebo, it set the framework for these other trades to occur. And it's that's why it's like it's a wild situation. It's a wild situation. So we'll see, man. And see, this is the thing. It's like Debo, in a sense, I think did something that was a bit sacrilege in the sense of you don't kind of air out your frustrations like that publicly for these reasons that I feel like have kind of, come to a head. So I don't know if the 49ers are going to give him that deal anymore. I don't know. I don't know if there's like mending of this relationship anymore. I don't know. But one thing's for certain, Deebo doesn't have a choice other than to play on this rookie deal if they decide that they aren't going to give him a contract. Because my understanding would be maybe the 49ers, after all of this, aren't going to turn around and give Deebo 55 million guaranteed. So I think the public drama is for the most part over, hopefully. But Cap says, does 25, which is coming up, 25, 45, 76 get it done? If you can, I think it gets the conversation started. I think that gets the conversation started, especially with how the board is falling. Again, you could take Jermaine Johnson right here. You could take Jermaine Johnson right here. You could take Lewis Sign right here. You're gonna get a legitimate player at 45, and you're gonna be able to get a legitimate player at 76. You could. It's definitely not the asking price that of the 2 firsts. So it could potentially be a 25, a 45, and a future second, maybe 25 and a future first, maybe could do it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. From what I see, Dallas is still on the board. So Brian Burns is still available. I tell you, let me into that dang war room. Let me in. Just let me talk to the Panthers GM. Please. Please just let me talk to the Panthers GM. Give me one call. Give me one call. Give me 6.5 minutes. Give me 6.5 minutes. Give me one call to the Panthers GM. I'm moving Jimmy and I'm getting us Brian Burns. I bet. 6.5 minutes. That's all I need. I can make my case in 6.5 minutes. I'll have the framework of the deal already worked out. Just give me 6.5 minutes on the phone with Fritterer from the Panthers, and Brian Burns is on this team tomorrow. Come on, let me in. 6.5 minutes. That's all I asked for. 6.5 minutes. I'll sell it. I'll pitch it to the 49ers first before they think I'm crazy. And then when I pitch it to them and I sell them on it, then all right, let me call them. Just let me call them. Call me the assistant GM. Call me the assistant to the GM. You don't have to call me assistant GM. Call me assistant to the GM. And we'll be able to get Brian Burns on this team, and it will happen. It'll happen. Let's do it. I could do it in 5 minutes. Hey, they give me 5 minutes, deal. Bet. All I'm going to do is pull up their record. What was your record last year with Hassan Reddick and Brian Burns? 5-12. You guys were ass. Doesn't matter who your defensive ends were. You guys were ass. You need a quarterback. What's Jimmy Garoppolo's record? Oh, there it is. Flip through it. Oh, yep. Oh, what's the problem with Darnold? Oh, he's not a leader. Right. You have no leadership at the quarterback position. Well, guess what? We have arguably the best leader in the NFL. Ask Kittle, ask Deebo, ask any one of the superstars across the league. Ask any one of the front office people who've had experience with Deebo Samuel. Ask any one of the coaches who's worked, with Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo will win you games. Brian Burns will not win you games. And you already talked about you're not going to pay Brian Burns. That's why you picked up his 5th-year option. You're not going to extend him. You need to win now. You need to win now. Tyler Smith. This was a name that I saw creeping up draft boards. To be honest, I've never watched him. This is going to be my first time watching him. It was a nice switch. Seems athletic. Quick feet. Good movement ability. Interesting they took him the first, though. Kind of reminds me of Zach Tom a little bit out of Wake Forest. But, all right. Yeah. All right, I guess. All right, I guess. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Malik Turner. Man, we're almost through the first round. We're almost through the first round. I wonder if Deebo still wants to go play for the Cowboys now. I don't think the 49ers are going to trade up. If anything, you want to trade back. Yeah, I know that. I got caught up in the sauce. I was only going to do top 10. I got caught up in the sauce. I just realized I've been on live since pick 10. Shout out everyone vibing. Shout out to SDS. Let's go. We went the extra mile today. But I'm starting to get tired. I'm definitely starting to get tired. Drop a bread emoji in the chat. Let's go, bread gang. The Doughboys are here. SDS, get it tatted on your chest, boys. Let's go. SDS in the building. Hashtag breadwinners. Let's go. I love that one. I think I've seen that one before from you, but I love that one. Let's go, bread gang. Hashtag breadwinners. Look at all the Doughboys. Let's go. Squad. Call us the grilled cheese boys. Let's go. Dougie Fresh wasn't vibing with ransom season. Dougie said, I'm out, boys. Dougie said, I'm gone. He's like, I ain't doing this. Shout out to Bread Gang. We see you guys. We see the bread emojis on. We see the bread emojis everywhere. Let's go. We out here tough, baby. You can't mess with the Bread Gang. They don't know. If you don't know about the Bread Gang yet, y'all better wake up. We're like a sleeping beast. Like a sleeping giant. Cause like yeast, we freaking rise, my boys. Let's go, Bread Gang. We're clearly off the rails. I'm to the point where we're off the rails. We've been live for almost 3 hours, so I'm off the rails at this point. We're off the rails. Oh, good stuff. Hey, I'm every time I come on IG, I'm like, why don't I come on IG more? Hey, we working though. We working. We're not going to stop. So, what do you think happens tomorrow? Let's talk a little 61. Let's talk a little 61. What are we doing? We trading up? We staying pat at 61? What are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we going? So far, I'm seeing center at pick 61. Do you guys have anyone you like at 61 at center? Are we talking Cole Strange? Are we talking Cam Jurgens? Those are my two at 61. You give me Cam Jurgens. You give me the Chattanooga boy. Be fire. Ebukati's still on the board. Did they? Oh, Ravens got Linderbaum. Wow. Sheesh. Hey, Ravens are hella good at drafting, bro. I respect the hell out of the Ravens. I think the Ravens are consistently good drafters. I think Steelers consistently good drafters. They're just some organizations that know what the hell they're doing and they know how to fleece the system. 100%. So the Ravens got two of the best players at their position. Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Linderbaum. That's a dub. That's a dub. That's fire. Shout out the Ravens. The Jets traded back into the first round? Or am I tripping? The Jets are back on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Are we somehow back into the mix? Jets are on the clock. Do they take a shot? 26. Elijah Moore. What did they trade though? What did they give up? Could you imagine after all that they make some wild ass move for Deebo? So It just doesn't feel though. They got Garrett Wilson, man. They got Garrett Wilson. They got Garrett Wilson. Oh, Lamar Jackson just tweeted WTF. WTF, mate. There goes your wide receiver one. There goes your wide receiver one. Jets are trading 35. Hold on a second. It looked like 35, 69, and 163 for Tennessee's 26 and 101. So that means the Jets have 26-38 now. 26 and 38. $26 and 38. So they have 26-38. What do they do with those picks? What do they do with those picks? What do they do with those picks? Did we count Dougie out too soon? Did we count Dougie out too soon? We're off the rails. Don't mind us. If you're just tuning in, I've been live for almost 3 hours. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me at all. Okay, picks in. Okay, picks in. The pick is in. We had fun for a second. For about 3 seconds. For about 3 seconds. It was worth it, though. It was worth it. Are they going to take Carl Afton? Oh, they took Jermaine Johnson. Wow. 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 The Jets come away with Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson. It's a pretty good haul. That's a pretty good haul. Shout out the Jets. Shout out Dougie. Dougie called the bluff. Dougie called the bluff. I ain't mad at it. If I'm a Jets fan, I'm happy. If I'm a Jets fan, I'm happy with that. You got Laken Tomlinson to play left guard. You got DJ Reed back. I mean, I like it. I think that's fire. Sauce Gardner, arguably the best cornerback. Garrett Wilson, arguably the best running back. Jermaine Johnson, you can argue, could be one of the best edge players when it's all said and done. So shout out the Jets. Shout out Dougie. Nice work, Dougie. See, I miss. Oh, the Jags have traded. Dude, trades are popping off right now. This is what I miss about having a first round pick. Is just the ability to move all over the place. All over the place. But Dougie killed it. Good job, Dougie. Good job, Dougie. Bucks sent number 27 to Jacksonville. So what's Balky doing, huh? Trader Trent Balky. So, wow. The Jags sent 33, 106, and 180 for pick 27 from the Bucks. That's not a bad haul for the Bucks. If your board is chilling. To add a 106, that could be a player. Oof. Tell him, Cap. Day 2 is our day. This is just the primer. Day 2 will be our day. I don't know about right now. Definitely not day 1. Day 1's not our day for sure. All right, let's take a look at some of the available prospects still on the board. Daxton Hill, Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, Malik Willis is sliding. Devontae Wyatt, I love Devontae Wyatt. I don't know why he doesn't get the hype. I think he's fire. Ebukati, David Ojabu, George Karlaftis sliding. It's a bit surprising. Sky Moore, Christian Watson, Boye Mafe. There's still so much talent. Lots of talent. Travis. You win, Travis. You win, my boy. He was bullish from the start, too. Bullish. Absolutely bullish that Deebo wasn't going anywhere. We salute you, Travis. You called it from the jump. Meanwhile, I was like, oh, I had the tinfoil hat full flexing right now. I like that. We win. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, you keep Deebo, we're winning. Hopefully. Someone said, how do I feel about Deebo staying with the 49ers? I mean, I don't feel bad about it. Like when is keeping one of the unicorns of the NFL a bad thing? Now it's just the next stage of the race. Like what comes of all of it? Are we going to be able to get him signed to extension without any problems? Hopefully that there isn't. So we'll see, man. But, theoretically, Deebo Samuel playing 17 games for the San Francisco 49ers, yeah, we're winning. Deebo Samuel's out there playing 17 games for the San Francisco 49ers next year. Oh, we're thriving. Fire up. You get Deebo Samuel, you get Brandon Ayuk out there, George Kittle, the Yak Bros. Keep the Yak Bros together. We had a completely different dynamic to the mix with Trey Lance. We update, our offensive line just a little bit, just a little retweak. And 49ers offense is cooking, bro. Jennings, thank you. Can't forget Jawan Jennings. We can't forget Jawan Jennings. How could we? No sirree. Can't forget Jawan Jennings. So we still got a squad, bro. Defense is still lit. Going to be exciting to see what goes down on the offensive side of the football. but defense is still litty. We got stud linebackers, Fred Warner, Aziz Al-Shaair, Dre Greenlaw. We add blanking on his name, the homie from Green Bay, who's an ace special teamer. Defensive line stacked. Javon Kinlaw, stock up. Stock up on Javon. Gonna have Bosa. I mean, we added Teray. I like Teray. Burks, thank you. We added Teray to the mix. We added Hassan Ridgeway to the mix. I like that move. Again, subtle moves, but they will be in rotation. So I like those moves. What other moves do we like? Odom, George Odom. Again, I think George Odom could be a piece. I think in the way they paid him and the money they gave him, because if you look at the contract, you compare George Odom's contract to what they paid Jaquiski Tart last year. They paid Odom like triple what Kwaski got last year. So I think they have some plans for him. And of course, you put him right next to the homie, Jimmy Ward. Ray McLeod. That's right. I forgot about Ray. Charvarius. Emmanuel. Demo. Ambry. Like, defense is going to be dope. With a second year under the legendary coaching of future head coach Miko, hell yeah. Defense is going to be litty. So I like the thought process at hand. Again, go back to 2011. Okay? Go back to 2011. When the San Francisco 49ers flipped the table and they went from 6-10 to 13-3. How did they do it? How did they do it? They did it with elite defense and elite special teams, and they didn't turn the ball over on offense. They predicated the offense with the ground attack with Frank Gore and Alex Smith not turning over the football. The 49ers went 13-3. The 49ers have built the defense to be able to come back and be formidable yet again. We understand the offense is going to take a little bit of a turn in regards to schematic and how they're used. So it's going to be very interesting to see how different the offense looks, especially with no Mike McDaniel in the mix. I think Mike McDaniel was huge, especially in the turn from when the 49ers lost 4 games in a row, and you saw the schematic change that they started to make with the run game, using Deebo Samuel as a wide back, all those different types of things. He's no longer there. So it's going to be interesting to see what the offense looks like. But again, it looks like Deebo's coming back. Brandon Ayuk will be there. Jawan Jennings, Ray McLeod. We signed those 2 guys. I'm blanking on their names right now. But both those guys look like they had some potential. Wyatt went to the Packers? Son of a gun. I don't like that one. Did he go to the Packers? Dang. I like Wyatt. I told you guys that already. I liked Wyatt. I liked Wyatt. So Um, I mean, I still think the 49ers are pretty decent shape. I love the Packers not drafting wide receivers. I love it. The ransom draft is legendary. The ransom draft will live on as the most goated mock draft of all time. You can't convince me otherwise. The ransom draft will live in infamy for the rest of our days. I promise. That ransom draft was elite. Elite galaxy brain mock drafting. So good. Oh, so good. And it made sense for what it was. But theoretically, what it was didn't make sense. That's why it was so good. That's why it was so good. What's the ransom draft? So I did a mock draft today live on YouTube. And so I wasn't going to do it, but I believe it's Niner by Nature on YouTube. He wanted the ransom draft. And when we say ransom draft, because when we talked about the Deebo Samuel situation, they said it would take a king ransom to get Deebo Samuel. So that's exactly what we did. We traded Deebo for a king ransom in the mock, and then we took the picks that we got and we started trading back and obtaining more picks. And like the the players that we got seven future Hall of Famers. I swear. No, not Hall of Famers, but we had killed it. We killed it. What do I think about the updated jerseys? I think the new jerseys are fire. I like them going back to the roots. I like them going back to their roots for sure. Um, I like the three stripe a lot. I like the three stripe a lot. Um, I got some jerseys behind me. No Jerry Rice behind me though. I got no Jerry Rice. You guys still rocking with me? No! 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 Damn it, Patriots. Damn you, Patriots. Damn you, Patriots. Son of a biscuit eating bulldog. The freaking Patriots took my boy, Cole Strange. I'm pissed. Damn it. Son of a. Bro. They took Cole Strange. They took the Strange. Sorry, he's one of my guys. He's my guy. I love Cole Strange. First round, 2. Let's go, Cole. Shout out Cole. Shout out Cole. He follows your boy on multiple platforms. Shout out Cole. Damn. I would have loved to have Cole. I'm not surprised at all that he went. Sorry. I tend to do that. I tend to scare people. Some of my reactions that mean nothing to 49er fans. Um, I love Cole. I had Cole as a top 50 prospect. So the fact that he went at 29, I'm not surprised at all. Cole's a dog. Shout out Cole. Who's the next best prospect at center? If you're asking me, I think there's it depending on how you rank them, how I would rank them. I have Cole Jurgens. So for me, it would have been Jurgens and Cole Strange, kind of in this next tier. I don't know. I don't know if Jurgens is going to be a first round prospect. I don't think he is. Um, for me personally, it would be Strange or Jurgens. You could convince me to put Parham in that group. I like Parham. He reminds me of Laken Tomlinson. He's like a Laken Tomlinson clone. Like you see Laken, and it's kind of like Parham. They're very similar. Parham has great feet, great balance. So, but I do like Cole Strange and Jurgens more than Parham. So for me, it would have been Cole Strange. It would have been Jurgens. Parham, you could put him in there. Same thing with Donovan West. Donovan West, I don't think Donovan West is going to go this high. But Donovan West out of ASU, love him. Then after that, Fortner. So there's still some legitimate centers available, but I don't like the fact that Cole just went this high. I don't like that because for the 49ers to wait to 61 now, this could start a run on centers. So I don't like that because I'm proud of Cole. Shout out Cole. He's worthy of this pick. I don't think this is a reach at all. I think Cole's built like that. I was tweeting about Cole earlier this week. Shout out Chris Sims. Chris Sims put me onto he made this analogy about offensive linemen that I'll never forget because it's super true. He basically said offensive linemen, you have your bulls and you have your cows. Cows like to, your offensive linemen who like to just, goofy, kind of, they do their job, super smart. They just kind of, but they just kind of go along with the flow. Bulls, on the other hand, you kind of have that, stupid Chiefs. Chiefs take Carl Loftus. Damn, what a steal for the Chiefs. Damn, Chiefs took Carl Loftus, bro. But anyways, what I was saying was there's like two types of offensive line mentalities. One, offensive line, you're happy-go-lucky, you're goofy kind of offensive lineman. And then those are like your cows. And then you have the bulls. The bulls are the guys with the horns. They just swing them around and just crazy and doing all that kind of stuff. That's what Cole Strange is. Cole Strange is like a bull. He's gonna fight you. So I like, of course, I like the offensive linemen who get after it. Nasty. Hey, Jay Garcia, did anyone ask for your opinion? No, they did not. Take a seat. Shout out Guerrero. Appreciate the badge, my guy. Appreciate the badge. Who do we think we pick tomorrow? I don't know, man. I would love for them to take a center, but like I said, Cole Strange could start a run on center. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Jay Garcia, you suck. That one backfired on you, Garcia. That one backfired on you. What a doofus. Shout out, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. So, hey, Christian Watson. 49ers go Christian Watson. I don't know if Christian Watson's going to make it that far. Oh, Huffy. I think I got that somewhere, to be honest. Actually, I don't think it's in here. Hold on. My new I'm still not set up in my new office. What the hell is this? Well, this is random. Shout out my son and his masterful artwork. I'll be selling this as an NFT soon, so be prepared for that. But I found this. This is so random. Just a random. I have a random in this random bag. I have a black and white picture of Trey Lance. I don't know what it means. I don't know why it exists. I don't remember ever printing it, but yes, you find interesting things when you're moving that you didn't even know you had. Apparently, I have a black and white printout of Trey Lance at his pro day. So, whatever that means. I hope it's a good omen. Why is this? I don't know, bro. That's a great question. That's a great question. What other goodies are in here? This is what happens when you're on live for 3 hours. I just start going through. I start unpacking while on live. Yeah, Cole Strange. R.I.P. R.I.P. the homie. R.I.P. the homie. Follows the page. So, hey, we had one prospect who follows the page go in the first round. That's nice. Yeah, I wanted Cole, dude. All right, we're almost done, though. I can't believe I did the whole first round. I was not at all going to do that. 11 grand? Ooh. Hit me with 19 grand in favor of Deebo when you got yourself a Deebo. A Deebo. I just took deal and Deebo and combined them into a word. That's how you know you've been doing a live for far too long. For far too long. Thoughts on the Packer pick? I like it. Wyatt is quietly one of my favorite players in the class. I like him a lot. I don't know why no one talked about him throughout the process, but he's nice. No, I'm not 99% sure. I'm 99% sure he's not getting traded. It's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride. But thankfully I saved myself before the draft. I told you at least I had went all the way up to that point where I was like, damn, Deebo's getting traded. But hey, right before the draft, I came on. I said that percentage has taken a wild shift in the opposite direction. So before the draft, I was at 25%. So I'm going to go ahead and say I saved myself. Now it was getting to that concern point, tick 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 tick. But then right before the draft, I was like, no, I'm back to 25%. Daxton Hill to the Bengals. Lewis is still on the board. Let's go. Hey, appreciate you, Guerrero. You have a good night. Oh, you're going to Vegas. Have fun. We're almost there, guys. We are almost there. I can't believe it. I was only supposed to do the first 10 picks. What happened? Dang. So Malik Willis won't be a first round pick, huh? Malik Willis fallen? Free falling. Wow. Oh, Minnesota's not taking Malik Willis. They got Mond, baby. How are you going to do the Mond hive like that? How are you going to do the Mond hive like that? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. How are you going to do the Mond hive like that? Mond in the third round. Do it. Do it. How could you forget? Legendary. The legendary Mond hive.
Hey, really? Oh my, UT Chattanooga for the first round. Hey, where's? How about that? And we wasted our time watching him thinking he'd be at 104, maybe.
That's hilarious. So Sean McVay and Les Snead are doing a press conference, and they reacted live to the Cole Strange pick. He was like, they were like shocked by it, and they're like, wow, here we were thinking we could get Cole Strange at 104. That's pretty funny. Shout out Cole Strange, bro. He deserves it. Tape matches. So have we had the last pick yet? Have we had the last pick yet? Let's see. We got one more. Right? The pick is in for Cincy. So we're almost there. We're going to hold out to the end. If you have sat through this entire live, collect your cookies on the way out. You deserve a cookie. You deserve a medal. I don't even know how I made it this far. Revenge So Revenge on YouTube says they were saying Malik was better than Trey. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Let's go. Get your cookies. Let's go. Get your cookies. If you stayed on the whole time, grab your cookies, grab your participation trophies on your way out. We thank you. Oh, you want the hat? I got you, my boy. You want the hat? You know the vibes. I'll help you out here. Ooh, cookie sandwich? I like that. I like that. All right. You want the hat? I got you, my boy. You can get the hat at residency.com. Use the promo code the SF9ers. Get you a little discount on your order. Residency.com, promo code the SF9ers. Get all your residency gear. I got a couple back here. I've got residency hats all over the place. Shout out residency, always keeping your boy right. I'm gonna have to switch to the the Dubs residency hat here pretty soon. Oh, son of a biscuit. Ugh. Damn it, Vikings. Our dreams of getting Deshaun Goldson 2.0 is over. It was fun while it lasted. All right. All right. All right. So the draft has concluded. I cannot believe we made it all the way through the first round. Wasn't even part of the plan, but hey, we got a little crazy there. Shout out to everyone who stuck it through. Again, you already grabbed your cookies, grab your participation medals. We'll do a recap, I guess. Ooh, someone said D'Angelo Malone tomorrow. 100%. Give me D'Angelo Malone. If I can't get Brian Burns, get me D'Angelo Malone. That's the only way I'll feel happy. Can't get me Brian Burns, get me D'Angelo Malone. I'll feel happy. So, and great segue from Cap as we kind of recap Cap with the recap. So obviously Deebo Samuel didn't get traded. So what does that mean? Does that mean the saga is over? Not necessarily. It's just a different saga now. Now it's just a saga where I don't think we have to worry about him getting traded per se. It's more about, well, how's he going to handle this? Like, what does the what does the process look like moving forward? Is the process going to be working towards a new deal? Or is that situation kind of over? I don't know. We are going to find out. So what Cap is saying is, I'm really not looking forward to the dragged out Deebo situation. Hope a solution is in sight. I agree. I hope a solution is coming. A solution to me are Deebo and the 49ers coming together getting things figured out, and getting able to get a deal done. But if a deal doesn't get done heading into training camp, then the saga continues. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, how it occurs, and what happens moving forward. But at least from right now, it does look like Deebo Samuel is here to stay. It got real dicey there for a second, but it does appear that he will be back. Now, will he get the contract? I don't know, because again, we saw AJ Brown get traded and then signed a 4-year, $100 million deal with $57 million guaranteed. That seems like a situation right now where that seems like the new baseline. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Will the 49ers give him that deal or will they not? Will he play or will he not? Gonna find out. We're going to find out. Apologize to anyone if I made you scared. Sort of. Hey, it got dicey there. So we'll see what happens. But at least for now, Deebo Samuel will continue to be a San Francisco 49er. Hopefully they can rebuild the bridge that seemingly was burnt, and we'll go from there. But Ebukadi's available, Watson available. There's lots of guys still available for tomorrow. So we're going to see. There's still a ton of phenomenal prospects. Available. So I'm excited to see what the 49ers do at 61 tomorrow. But we're going to wait and see. Maybe they move up. Who knows? So not necessarily sure what content is going to look like for tomorrow from a live perspective, but just know we will be going live tomorrow. And we just don't know yet. So again, if you're on YouTube, hit that sub button, hit the bell button so you know when we go live and we schedule lives. Shout out to everyone on IG. It's been a while since we've gone on IG. IG was holding numbers there pretty good. So shout out to you guys. It's good to vibe with you. Maybe we'll vibe tomorrow. So I think now is the time. You guys have a good night. Hopefully you can sleep a little bit better now, knowing that Deebo Samuel is here. We will talk about more of who we want at pick 61 tomorrow. So appreciate everyone. Shout out for tapping in. I will see you guys tomorrow. Get some sleep. Deebo Samuel's still a Niner. All right, guys. Peace.